Whenever you got conditions like this right here, you got wind and you got a lot of thick grass, throwing something like this can be really good. You got to throw something over the top of those bass that really gets its attention. So I want something that makes a lot of noise, yet stays right in the strike zone for a long time because it's so thick out there. And that's what these rage tail baits do, is they really disturb a ton of water, make a lot of noise, and have a lot of action, and it'll draw those fish out of the cover. You know, the wind's blowing real hard right now, yet the bass are just blowing up out of that grass out of this. He swallowed it. Another nice one. The great thing about this technique is you can cover a ton of water like this, and it'll help you find where the fish are at. You know, you can cover a lot of water in a hurry with it, and a lot of times that's what I'm going to do, is fish this like this, and if I get 2 or 3 bites in an area, I'm going to GPS it or mark it with a landmark, and then go back and maybe try and flip it or throw something a little bit slower. But to find the fish, you know, a fast-moving bait like this frog or this shad's hard to beat. I love to throw these topwater frog type baits. The new Rage Tail Shad and Rage Frog from Strike King are phenomenal for this technique. The tail that they have on them disturbs a lot more water than any other that I've ever used. The Rage Shad, which is my favorite for fishing around in open water or more scattered cover, really wiggles a lot. That tail kicks so hard it makes the whole body shake, so it has a tremendous amount of action. The frog has 2 tails, makes a different sound, moves a little faster through the water, and is really good over thick grass. Now the color is real critical. I want to use colors that are visible to the bass, yet natural for the conditions. Today we had real clear water. I was throwing a green pumpkin, you know, something like that, watermelon, a translucent color that doesn't stand out, that isn't too bright. Now if the water was a little bit dirty or I saw the fish busting shad, it'd be hard to beat a pearl white or even a black. Black silhouettes real well. If the water gets real dirty, I'm going to use bright colors a lot of times too. Something that helps the fish find the bait. It makes a lot of sound, but we want to match that sound with a good silhouette. This is a really exciting way to fish, and it takes a little bit of practice because you kind of got to let the fish get the bait. You know, a lot of times they're going to just really explode on it, but you got to wait till you feel the fish before you set the hook. With this braid, there's no give at all, so as soon as he gets it in his mouth, then you can get him. But boy, if you jerk too quick, you're going to... There he is. Yeah. One of the things that's really changed this kind of fishing frogs and stuff like this, is the use of braided line. I mean, I used to miss or lose about 90% of the bites I get in the real thick cover. With braided line, you know, I get most of them. You can make a really long cast, and because it doesn't have any stretch, you know, you throw it way out there, right away one bites it, poof, you just immediately get them. You know, I throw it on a big rod still. I'm throwing it on a 7-foot 2-inch heavy action rod and a high-speed reel. I can slow it right down, but that way if I get a fish and I really need to move them in that cover, that high-speed reel will really help me. But the number one thing is use 50 to 65 pound test braid. I really like 50 for most situations because I can cast it a long, long ways. But if you're fishing someplace where you might catch an 8 or 10 pounder, you want to use 65, or you may even want to go up to 80. Strong hook and a Rage Tail Shad or a Rage Tail Frog, and you're ready to go.